What's up, you? For today's video, we're with full Noibat evolution team. Samurai Yeet, this one is for you. So we got Noibat and we got Noivern, some really cool Pokemon. I'll be using the normals and the shinies to make up a full team of 4. So we got Frisk, Infiltrator, and Telepathy. Now, since there is Telepathy ability, I'll be doing some doubles battles in this video too. If you want your own custom theme team or Pokemon sweep, you can check it out at patreon.com/PIMPNITE, tier 2 and above. So the first battle of today is going to be a doubles battle. So we got 3 battles in today's video. We've got 2 doubles battles and 1 single battle. So a 4v4 for our very first battle. This is a battle against Angus, and we've got a Rhyhorn and Oranguru lead here. My 2 leads are going to be both Noiverns, because one of these got Telepathy and the other one has got Frisk. So let's go over what the movesets are going to be, starting with the Telepathy one. So we got that, which is a shiny one. So we got Hone Claws, Dragon Rush, Iron Tail, and Dual Wing Beat. I've got the ability as Telepathy, and I've got the item as Muscle Band. I've got the EV spread as Max Speed and Max Attack on this one, just not the special attacking one. And I've got on my other Noivern, it's a special attacking one, Boom Burst, Heat Wave, Air Cutter, and Draco Meteor, Max Speed and Max Special Attack. Frisk is the ability, Throat Spray as the item. So pretty much based around going for Boom Burst there, and the other Noivern is going to be affected, unaffected, but due to the Telepathy. Actually, the Telepathy ability team very recently, very cool, underrated ability, I reckon, in doubles. So anyway, we got a Rhyhorn setting up the Stealth Rocks here, and we got an Oranguru going for the Trick Room. Now, with my physical Noivern, it's actually not a bad set, because I've got the Hone Claws to set up its attack stat and increase the accuracy. So all of its moves are lower accuracy moves, well, not 100%. So, you know, Dragon Rush, Iron Tail especially will definitely benefit from the Hone Claws boost there. I've got the special attack boost on my Noivern too, which would be really cool. So I can go for Air Cutter, which has a chance for a crit too, which is not bad. I mean, it's not going to do a lot to Rhyhorn, but I don't think Rhyhorn is going to be living a +1. And then it pops out a Horn Drill, and Horn Drill instantly takes out my shiny Noivern with with the Horn Drill, right? Because it's going to go for the Iron Tail and never got to do it. So it was a disaster. So now we got a Yawn from the Oranguru. Noivern's going to get a little bit drowsy there. I'm going to go for Air Cutter. Air Cutter lands on both Pokemon, but it doesn't do a lot to Oranguru at all. Like, it doesn't really do too much to Rhyhorn either, but of course it's going to resist it. Next Pokemon's going to be Noibat. I'm going to take some nasty Stealth Rocks damage there. I can see with the Frisk it's got the Agway Berry. So we got Tailwind, Dank Pulse, and Hurricane. Now, I thought about going for Dynamax here or go for Dank Pulse, try and get some damage on the the Rhyhorn, but I was like, nah, let's go for the Oranguru. This thing is setting up the Trick Room and stuff like that, and it's probably a lot more threatening than Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn's sort of, you know, relying on a lucky Horn Drill. I mean, sure, it's landed one already, but to get another would be very lucky. So I was thinking about this for a long time, like, maybe I should go for the Dynamax here. So I decided in the end to go for the Dynamax Noivern, because once out of this team, like, I've got 2 Noibats and 2 Noivern. Both of my Noiverns were easily the best sets on this team. I've lost one already, so I'm going to have to go for Dynamax here, because I don't really want to Dynamax my Noibat, because I don't work that well in Dynamax, as you'll get to see with the other moveset as well. So we got a Horn Drill coming here from Ramby. It's missed me, which is very good. And now Cranky Kong is going to go for a Pain Spit and split the pain there. Not that it does like much damage to me. So go for the Dank Pulse here on the Oranguru, and that pretty much does nothing as I expected. And now we're going to go for Max Wormwind here. Now this is coming off my Draco Meteor. That does a lot of damage, and Oranguru is going to go down. So no more Trick Rooms that are going to be set up there, which is good, because obviously this team is very slow, right? So bye-bye Oranguru. I can't say I'm going to miss you guys. And now Noivern is going to go to sleep due to the yawn early on in the game. But I had to go for Dynamax here. I didn't have much of a choice. So when it comes to the Crocodile, I can go for either a Hurricane or a Dark Pulse here. I was thinking, well, I should go for Crocodile, because that feels like the more threatening Pokemon. So let's double up with that. We got the Stone Edge missing there on Nova, which is very good. And we got the Hurricane missing as well. And we got Fling Lancet Berry, says something. Oh, I know what the Crocodile is going to be doing here, right? It's going to be an anger point set. So say if I actually get a crit on it and it lives, anger point will activate and give it a +6 in attack. Another Horn Drill landed on my Noibat. You wouldn't read about it. And that's the end. You know, that's half my team taken out by this freaking Rhyhorn. So anyway, Rockstar's going to miss, thank goodness. And Noivern is still going to be asleep in Dynamax. I just wish I didn't waste my Dynamax with it being asleep, but there wasn't much I could do. So going to my final Noibat here, I'm going to take some more nasty Stealth Rocks damage, and that's the end of Dynamax 2 for my Noivern. So, I mean, if I didn't go into Dynamax here, I would have had a -2 in special attack because going for Draco Meter. This is a Toxic, Super Fang, Roost, and Double Team set. This has got the ability Infiltrator, and it's an Everlight set. So we've got Max Health and Max Defense, and I'm running that one as Impish Nature. The other Noivern had Frisk, we had Telepathy and Frisk. So that was pretty much all the abilities I had to go with, those three there, Infiltrator, Telepathy, and Frisk. So I was thinking about what to do here, and Noivern's going to wake up and go for the Boom Burst here. So it's still got its special attack boost, and Rambi is finally going to go down, which is very, very good. I think that crit actually matters on Rambi too, I've got to say. So here we go. We got a close combat on Noibat, and that's the only problem there. I didn't have telepathy on Noibat, so it did take the damage from my Boom Burst from Noivern earlier on, but, you know, at least I've still got my Noivern. So a really, really cool shiny. I have to say, Noibat and Noivern have great late shinies. Next Pokemon is going to be Donkey Kong. So I'm investing 2 Pokemon right now. I can tell you what, people, it's not looking pretty. And they also have Dynamax up their sleeve too. So I've got Air Cutter. Now, Air Cutter has a chance of actually critting. So I was like, I'm just going to go for a crit here. Like, what have I got to lose? So go for that, and that's going to take out the Crocodile, which is really, really good and does half of Darmanitan's health. Darmanitan is going to go for Expanding Force. It's a special set, interesting, and that really does, like, nothing to me. So I'm like, I wonder if this is what I think it is. Because I'm thinking this Darmanitan is actually running like a Zen mode set. So it's going to be Dynamax Darmanitan, the big double D here. And I know that I can live a Psychic Whip. Like, we've already seen that I can live Expanding Force like super easy. But it all depends like what's going to happen here. So go for Boom Burst, and Darmanitan almost gets dropped. It was very, very close. Now, it's going to be eating a berry there, and it's not going to be a healing berry. It's going to be a Salac berry, so boosting at 1.5 in speed. Here comes Max Mindstorm here. That does hit me for around the same, and it also puts the Psychic Terrain on the field. Now, Zen mode is going to kick in here, but it's not going to kick in the same turn as I, like, obviously dropped it below half health. So if it did hit me with that Zen mode, with that Psychic move in Zen mode, it actually would have taken me up. But even with the +1 in speed, Darmanitan's Zen mode is extremely slow. So I was actually able to outspeed it there and get the dub. But a really, really cool Pokemon. Thank you, Angus, for the battle. Man, that Rhyhorn just absolutely destroyed me. Like, you wouldn't believe it. So next battle, this is against my set, and we also have another doubles battle here. So a 4v4. We're on the water field here. Now, the first Pokemon we got here is going to be Ordino, and we've got the Zapdos Galar. Speaking of Zapdos Galar of the shinies, Moltres is the last one we have to get, and that's very, very soon too. And, you know, all of the shiny Galars will be, legendary birds will be released. So I've got Toxic, Sufang, Roosty. I was like, well, I might go for Toxic on Ordino. And I might go for... I was saying I might go for Tailwind just in case it outspeed me. So I've got a double Noibat lead here. Only on PIMPNITE channel, right? We're going to go for Toxic, and it lands on the Ordino. So that's very, very good. Dino's probably going to be, you know, setting something up. I'm sure that was what it's going to do. It's not really that much of an offensive Pokemon. Now Zapdos is going to go for a Throat Chop on my Noibat. Doesn't do a lot of damage here. And Ordino is going to set up the Trick Room. So another Trick Room team. So my team doesn't really like Trick Rooms that much because it is relying on speed. Zapdos is going to have Room Service, and that's going to drop its speed. So enabling Zapdos to go first in the Trick Room run. So I've got, I do have some, like a Toxic, and I've got Hurricane on Noibat. So it's not like I've got nothing to Zapdos with. And I don't think that Ordino is going to be that much of a threat. So now Ordino, what it's going to do is go for the Entrainment, and it's gonna give, it's gonna get rid of my Infiltrant and give me Clutch. That's cruel. Now we got the Acrobatics from the Zapdos, and that is gonna hurt because remember it used up its item with Room Service, so that's at full base power. So that was a very, very powerful hit there. Speaking of powerful hits, I landed a Hurricane on Zapdos, and that was actually really, really good. Like, I was actually quite happy with the damage I got off on that. That was Modest Nature, by the way, my Noibat. Okay, next Pokemon is going to be my Noivern. Now, Noivern has got all the physical moves. I've also got dual Wing Beat too, which is going to be super effective, I thought. Well, I feel like my little Noibat can take out the Zapdos here, right? So I was like, let's go for a Dynamax here. I've got Air Slash and Hurricane. Well, I think that both of them are going to do a pretty good job there for going for that. So we'll go for a Hurricane. Now, one of them's got Hurricane and Air Slash on it, my Noibat. So one of them is like, if I'm going first with Tailwind, I'll go for the Air Slash to flinch. If I'm trying to go for a little bit more base power and I'm going to get outspeed, I'll go for Hurricanes. That's normally how I decide. My item was Focus Sash as well, if I didn't actually mention that. So Dynamax Noivern, here comes a ally switch from Ordino. That's going to swap the Ordino and Zapdos' locations on the field there. And now we're going to Acrobatics from the Zapdos on Noivern, doing a heap of damage there with obviously Dynamax. Here comes Hurricane. That's going to land on Zapdos, and that's the end of the Zapdos. I'm glad to get rid of that. That crit obviously didn't matter because I did like well over half health before. Now Ordino is going to get hit by a max airstream from my Noivern. Does a pretty big amount of damage there, but Ordino is very bulky, so it's able to live that. But I know the next turn it's going to Fate Run. So we both get a speed boost, the Noivern and the Noibat. Some more toxic damage as well on the Ordino. So next turn it's pretty much toast there. Now out come the problem Pokemon. this was Toxtricity. So I've got the option here of going for Max Airstream again, or I could go for Max Wormwood or Max Steel Spike. You know, I can even increase the your defense here. There's quite a lot of options that I could do. But I sort of smelt that that a Dynamax or a G-Max was coming here, you know what I'm saying? So I went for the Ordino, and here we go. We got a G-Max Toxtricity. Now, this wasn't I don't think there was too much with the Ordino and the Toxtricity, but it was more the next Pokemon which, you know, really helped out the Toxtricity here. So Toxtricity is going to play with its nipples a little bit, as you got to see, and it's going to be hitting very, very hard. It doesn't really matter what set it is. Any electric type move is going to be like absolutely destroying me. So we got the Ordino go for a Training, getting rid of my Frisk, and of course getting Klutz. And now I'm going to be going, I'm going to be getting hit by a Max Ooze here from the Toxtricity. And I know this is going to be a special set due to Max Ooze. And it's going to be very, very bad, because if this is any sort of decent set, it's going to be hitting like very, very hard, of course. So now I can go for Hurricane on the Ordino. That's going to be the end of Ordino. Only had a little bit of health left there anyway. I mean, my Hurricane wouldn't have done much to Toxtricity. Would have only done like a little bit of health. So I went for Max Wormwood on the on this Toxtricity, and it pretty much did like horrible damage because it was a physical set. And it's in G-Max, you know, it's got like a lot of extra health. So I dropped to the tag. The Tailwind is now gone, and the next Pokemon is going to be Klinklang. Now, this Klinklang had the plus or minus ability, and that's going to have the same as a Toxtricity. So it's going to boost its special attack like even more. So I was like, oh, shoot, this is going to do a lot of damage. So I was thinking what I could do. I was like, I have to go for Toxtricity now. I don't think Klinklang's got to be too much of a threat here, but I might as well try and flinch it so it can't do anything. So here comes another Max Ooze here on my Noivern, and that's going to take it out. So now it's got +2 in special attack, plus the plus or minus ability, boosting its special attack as well. And the Klinklang got a boost as well, so they were like boosting each other. I actually did a plus or minus ability team very recently. I did one on Sword and Shield and BDSP, so if you like the plus or minus and the doubles battles, I put that out about a week or two ago. Really, really good video. So we got some more Toxtricity, got a boost there, the special events from the Magnetic Flux, and they're sort of like really supporting each other, you know, with their moves. With plus and minus. So we got the Trick Room finally wearing off, but unfortunately it's a little bit too late here. I'm facing down a Pokemon that has like +3 in special attack and you know, extreme bulk to it too. I had to go for Boom Burst here. It didn't take out the Noibat, but it almost did. I really had to do that to try and get my my Throat Spray here. I actually went for a flinch on the Klinklang here so it wouldn't attack, but I didn't do a lot of damage, and you know, it's going to go for the G-Max Stun Shock here. This is pretty funny. It went for my Noivern, right? Obviously, it's going to take me out one shot. It's crazy off the chart special attack now. And considering it put the poison on both players, both of the opponent's Pokemon, it poisoned my Noibat too, so I'm going to get poisoned at the end of this turn. So that's pretty much the end of the game. The Toxtricity was like way too overpowered there at the end with the Kling Clang support there. But thank you for the battle, Cop Mycen. Please don't ever bring that against me again. I'll cry, all right? Let's get on to battle number 3 here. This is my single battle with the Noibat Evolution team, right? This was a battle against Peepsalot. So this was also a 4v4. Lots of 4v4 battles today. It's pretty cool. Now, I don't think there's been any theme teams so far, but if you have seen a theme team, let me know in the comment section of the video. Of course, drop a like on the video. Really would appreciate that. Okay, we got a Sharpedo lead here. I can see that it's got a King's Rock, and it's going to be pure scum. So, Sharpedo's going to go for a Scary Face, which is going to drop my speed by 2 stages. And I, of course, went for Tailwind. So, pretty much, it's not going to matter at all. Like, that was a turn of just nothingness, you know what I mean? So, now it's going to go for a Scale Shot here. Obviously, they're going to try and flinch me, but, man, that's still doing, like, lots of damage because the first one critted me. And, yeah, that's the end of Noibat, you know? Bye-bye. Now, Sharpedo's obviously got, like, other flinching moves and stuff. Maybe it's got, like, I want to say it's probably got Bite on it, too. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of any other multi-hitting moves of this guy. I think it's Scale Shot's the only one. I could be wrong then. So going to Noibat number 2. Hopefully my shininess can defeat it. And that's going to go for Scale Shot again. So this obviously is not going to do nowhere near as much as it did to the other Noibat. Because this is a Everlight set. That was super effective too. And Sharpedo is going to have obviously a defense drop there. So all I can really do here is either go for Toxic or Super Fang. And yeah, that's pretty much my options at this point with Noibat. But I got Flinch. So now it's going to go for some more Scale Shots here against me. I was hoping it would only get 2. And you know, help me for 3 of this time, and it's going to have another defensive drop with my against my Noibat and some more speed. So they're trying to boost their speed all the time. I went for Roost here. I was really just trying to get my health back and trying to put it in a position where Sharpedo only hit me like a couple of times, and then I could stall it out with Toxic. I thought that'd be really, really good. So here comes another Scale Shot here from the Sharpedo. Once again, hoping for only 2 hits, and it's going to hit me for a 3rd hit there. And same as last time, so 3 hits in a row, and it's going to get another defense drop and another speed rise there. So the unfortunate thing is I got flinched again and Noibat got absolutely demolished, but it missed me. I was like, wow, that's really, really lucky. So I managed just to slide off a Super Fang there. So I got half the Sharpedo itself down, which is pretty good. It's got Rough Skin as the ability, and of course now it's going to go for Flip Turn. So it's going to, you know, exit this matchup and still take out my Noibat there. So bye-bye Noibat. All I've got left now is both my Noivern. So things are looking very, very dicey at the moment. Wait, I'm trying to think what this theme team is. I don't know what this is at the moment. It's 2 Sharpedos. I'm not sure. Maybe someone will know what it is. So next Pokemon is my Noivern. So I've got Hone Claws and my Dragon Rush combination here. I was thinking, let's get a free Hone Claws up here. If it takes me out, it takes me out. I'll Dynamax on my last Pokemon. So sharpening my claws there, increasing my accuracy and my attack. Now Sharpedo, right, is going to go for a Night Slash. Oh, I hope this doesn't crit me, right? And it does a lot of damage me getting a crit. Of course it does, of course. Now what I can do is I can go for either Dynamax or I can go for Dragon Rush here. I decided to go for Dragon Rush because Dragon Rush actually has a chance of flinching and it's got Aqua Jet on top of that. Only does a little bit of damage to me, but the unfortunate thing is I went for Dragon Rush, right? Heaps and heaps of damage, but it's going to have a Focus Sash. Now I did think about Dynamax here, but I thought, well, there's no point because Rough Skin's going to kick in and Aqua Jet's going to take me out even in Dynamax. So I didn't want to waste that. Noivern is down. So all I've got left now, I haven't even taken a single Pokemon out yet. So all I've got left is my special Noivern, right? So I need to get my throat spray up here. There's no point going for a Dynamax now. So how about I go for Boom Burst, get my +1 in special attack. Sharpedo's going to go for a final Aqua Jet there just to get a little bit of extra damage on me. Obviously, and they won't be able to outspeed me because they're not running anything like Speed Boost. Now, I've yet to see a Sharpedo with Speed Boost either. Like, I've seen both of them with Rough Skin. So I have to assume there's one of the Pokemon on this team is going to have this speed boost. So next Pokemon is going to be Sharpedo again. I can go for Dynamax here or I can go for Air Cutter. I was like, well, Air Cutter's got a good chance of critting. Let's go for that, right? So Air Cutter is going to drop Sharpedo in one shot with a nasty crit there. So bye-bye Sharpedo. So that's 2 down. So I'm starting to clutch my way back into this battle right here. Now, this was the Sharpedo from earlier on that remember the Scale Shotting one that just demolished both my Noibats? I was like, okay, I know that one of these has to have speed boost, so how about I go for a max airstream here and increase my speed by 1 stage. That'll at least make it so I'll be able to outspeed the Sharpedo, like the one that has speed boost. Or I'm at this point, I was assuming, right? I'm pretty sure if you run like six of the Sharpedos on your team, right, you'd have one with speed boost, right? So now we're going to be able to take this out easily a one-shot here with max airstream. It's going to be very, very powerful. It only has half its health back, and, you know, Sharpedo's not a bulky Pokemon anyway, so even if you're... Like, I've tried running bulky ones, it's absolutely terrible. So that's the end of the third shark here. We're actually getting a Noivern sweep here. I actually wonder if I've done a Noivern sweep on my channel. I have to have a look at that afterwards. So, last Pokemon is going to be Shark Park Rock. I don't know what this is about. Not sure what this theme team is about. Someone in the comment section might be able to guess this one. And for some reason, too, they did have 6 Pokemon, but they only bought 4. But there was like a Carkol on top of there. There was a Carkol and the Sharpedo were underneath it. I don't know what the significance of that was, but they never ended up bringing Carkol. So we got a Sharpedo here, and it's going to be a Dynamax Sharpedo. Now, this one could outspeed me if it does get a, you know, obviously a speed boost up, and that's what they're going to do. So they're going to go for the max guard there and equal my my speed with that. So it's like, okay, well, I doubt they'll go for 2 in a row. Like, they actually need 2 in a row to outspeed me. Like, Noivern's not a slow Pokemon. Max Guard is going to fail. They went for a double Scumbag Protect to try and get 2 speed boosts to outspeed me, and my attacking move is going to take them out in 1 shot, because Sharpedo is not bulky at all. And that, my friends, is the third and final battle. Hope you enjoyed the Noibat Evolution Team. A really cool bunch of Pokemon to use, and I'll catch you maybe for another video tomorrow. Peace out.